Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'll bring you guys a video today about the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens Week 4 matchup of the NFL season. If you guys haven't already, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's really going to help this channel grow a lot. And again, thank you guys for all what you're doing thus far to help me out. And let's get started.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of bullshit, but I expected it from them. I've 37 years in pro ball. I've never seen anything like that. But it was to be expected, and we expected it.
Why did you expect it from them?
Because I just know how they operate. It's just their, mode of operation there. Player safety is secondary. We didn't talk about it during the week.
Total the Dolphins to 223 yards of total offense. And the clock hits zeros. Patrick's got the ball.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Win a ball game. No turnovers on either side, but a lot of negative plays. Lock end zone, and it is intercepted. Anthony Averett with his second pick of the year. They know how many yards they have right here. Lamar, can he get 4 to keep the streak going?
Who was the favorite? Some people were saying the Broncos were favorite because they were undefeated. Some people were saying that the Ravens were the favorites because I guess they have bigger tests throughout the seasons, and it just felt like the Broncos didn't match up with them for whatever reason. But there's neither here or nor there. The things that I think the Broncos needed to do was to exploit the tight end and linebacker matchup with the Ravens, meaning that Patrick Queen and Malik Harrison, and just in general, the linebacker core for the Ravens typically didn't cover well in pass coverage. So I was thinking that there was be something that they would try and explore early and often and do it as much as they could. So they tried to do it. They did it early. I think they got Albert O on the first touchdown, well, the only touchdown. And I think they was trying to get, I think it was Noah Fant that they got on the touchdown, not Albert O. But either way it go, they was trying to exploit that. It's just like what I was saying in one of my last videos, is it was trying to basically swing the Ravens to one side and have the backside tight end run a route to that backside, and basically if the Ravens didn't pass it off, or either that linebacker didn't stay at home, it was basically a free play for them, basically just play pitch and catch. The other thing that they were trying to do, that they did, but the Ravens kind of took them out of it, is get their run game going. Together, Williams and Gordon got 100 yards on the Ravens. They didn't get any touchdowns. But their whole game plan changed once they got down, and then especially it changed a lot once Teddy Bridgewater got knocked out. I know a lot of people were looking at the hit. Some people were trying to say it could have been deemed illegal or whatever. He didn't lead with his head. That was what you call a bang bang play. He didn't lower his helmet or anything like that. It just as Teddy was gearing up to throw, he caught him in his follow through, and it happened, and it sucked. But at the same time, the injuries are still a part of the game, as both of our teams already know. because they were hit hard with injuries, as well as the Ravens were hit hard with injuries. I did like the flow of the game early on. The teams are kind of trying to figure each other out in the first quarter. And then once they kind of figured each other out, got a feel for what everybody wanted to do, and all the jitters and stuff kind of calmed down, the Ravens settled in, as well as the Broncos settled in on what the Ravens was trying to take away from them. And they were using Teddy Bridgewater pretty effectively. He finished with 7-16, 65 yards, and one touchdown before he was knocked out of the game. Teddy Bridgewater is exactly what people say he is when it comes down to managing the game, not having a lot of turnovers, and basically just trying to go out there and not do too much, but compete at the same time to try and win the game. Drew Lock, on the other hand, can't say he's a bad quarterback because he was 12 of 21, 113, no touchdowns, but he did have an interception late in the game. I can't say he's a bad quarterback, but he's young. So I think he has a lot to learn when it comes down to the coverages and knowing when to get rid of the ball and knowing when to not throw it into coverage, those type of things. The other thing is Drew Lock, he has the ability to use his legs. He just doesn't use them often like he should. Because if I were him, I would use my legs a little bit more than what he does to help him escape and possibly keep some plays extended and so forth. With the receiving core didn't tear the Ravens up or anything like that. I thought Tim Patrick was going to probably be an issue, especially with Judy being out. But him and Cortland Sutton were basically kind of held in check. Both of them caught 3 passes for less than 50 yards and no touchdowns, obviously. So I think the Ravens did a good job of that as well. They did a good job on minimizing Melvin Gordon and Williams catches as well. Those guys did. Both of them had less than 15 yards receiving with 3 catches. With 5 total catches, and both of them had 11 yards. As far as the Broncos defense, the defense was kind of held in check as well. Like I said earlier, they did get 3 sacks. Caden Stearns got two sacks. Von Miller got a half a sack. And then the other one was McTelvin Agent got a half a sack as well. As far as the secondary did what was expected of them. They had some pass defenses. I think it was a total of 5 spread out amongst the guys. They did have some bright spots, like I was saying, particularly Pat Surtain. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with as long as he continues to perfect his craft. And I look for him to basically affect the game with his defensive play over the course of the next decade or so, probably even longer. Depends on how his health holds up and so forth. Because early on he was pretty stout, and then they kind of got the matchup they were looking for with Sammy Watkins and even Hollywood. So once they found those matchup, it was like, hey, every chance we got, we were trying to hit it as much as we could. All right, so that's pretty much it for the Broncos side. Now I'm going to talk about the Ravens and what I view from the Ravens, what I like to see from them. First things first, what I like to see was Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson proved again. He didn't have to prove anything to me. I already kind of knew it. He proved that, hey, I don't have to run for 150 yards. I don't have to run for 50 yards, 75 yards. I don't have to run for 3 touchdowns. I can do this thing from the pocket or moving around in or around the line of scrimmage and beat you guys delivering the ball, which is good. This is a great test for the Ravens, and they passed. Not with total flying colors, but they passed the test. Lamar Jackson had a 300-yard passing game. Not a big deal for him. Once again, he doesn't need to throw 300 yards to win a game. He can float around the 200, 250 yards. As long as he don't have 3 or 4 turnovers, that's where the issue comes into play. Is for him to have a game 300 yards, touchdowns, and no interceptions or no fumbles is huge. Huge for him. So for the most part, Lamar Jackson passed his test. And moving to the run game, they passed their test. Some of the running backs that we wanted to see get them a little bit more of a workload going on with the offense. Still kind of iffy on Le'Veon Bell because he kind of gets in the hole and he kind of stutter steps. That's not what this kind of offense is about. We have offensive line issues. If you don't know, somebody needs to tell them and let them know, hey, look, man, when you get in that hole, go through the hole and get your yards. Use your speed, get your yards, and do what you do. We don't have that offense to where, hey, we have dominant offensive linemen running down the field, trying to clear the way for you or hold up 5 or 6 seconds until you can hit the hole. No, we need you to hit that hole and accelerate, get whatever yards you're going to get, whether it be a gas play or whether it's 3 or 4, and then we turn around, we live with those results and do it again, and so forth and so on. Latavius Murray, I liked his 11-yard touchdown. He did his thing. I would definitely like to have seen the Ravens go after him before this season. It sucks this situation that happened, but Latavius Murray runs hard. I just hope he doesn't bring those fumbles that he had over his career in thinking Minnesota and the Saints. As long as he holds on to the ball, I think we'll be okay when it comes down to having this good mix-up of backs that we had. And Devontae Freeman doing his thing, he basically brings a different gear when it comes down to the speed, getting around the edge and so forth. So I like what I'm seeing. It's just the fact that our offensive line has to hurry up and gel so we can put it all together and go from there. Moving along to the receiving core. We had 4 receiving. We had 5 different receiving targets. Mark Andrews, Sammy Watkins, Devin Duvernay, James Prochet, and Hollywood Brown all had a catch average of 10 plus yards on all their catches. And this was more than 3. Everybody caught more than 3 passes. So that's real good for Lamar Jackson, because I know you guys were criticizing him about, all he wants to do is hit Hollywood and Mark Andrews. So it's good to see Prochet and Duvernay get out there and do their thing. And I'm super happy at what his offense can become if they keep building up off of this. So, all right, and moving to the defense. The defense did their thing. Justin Houston, Tyus Bowser, Adafe Owe, Patrick Queen, Jimmy Smith, Pernell McPhee, all those guys chipped in a collective effort. I know you guys want them to all fill up the stat sheet with everybody to have 5 sacks and 2 interceptions and defensive touchdowns and all this stuff. Right now, I'm happy with them playing good, safe, and sound football. And what I mean by safe, I'm talking about not having to go all out and try and stop people. I'm cool with them rallying to the ball and making game tackles, and I'm cool with them. Hey, if there's an interception, let me go up and get this interception rather than, hey, get the interception or make a crazy pass breakup and to where I got to try and land inbound or out of bounds, and now it becomes an injury concern. So I was happy with what they were doing. I have no issues with it. And a special shout out to Anthony Averett. I know people were on him last year, basically saying hey, he shouldn't get any kind of starting reps. He should be a third depth chart type of guy. And he took that adversity. He learned from it. Built himself up. With his confidence and his play. And you know, I think he has 2 interceptions on the season thus far. So hopefully he can continue to build off of this, especially because we're probably going to be losing Jimmy Smith next year. He's probably going to retire. So if we do retire, he'll have somebody that can at least step in the cornerback role along with Peters and Hump. And then hopefully Tavon Young can stay healthy as well, which everything's checking out so far. If he stays healthy, you know, we have a good secondary going forward. Now, I still would like to see who's going to take over that other secondary role. I know we're going to keep Chuck Clark. I just want to know who is going to take over I think it's a free safety spot. I would like if we can keep Chris Westry as well. I know he's on IR right now. He should be ready to come back as well. And if he does come back, I would like to see where does he end up in the rotation when it comes down to the secondary. All right. So that's pretty much it. Now I want to talk a little bit about my intro, the Vic Fangio. I wouldn't give it too much attention if I were you guys. I know I made a little funny intro and so forth. I wouldn't give it too much of an attention because as you've seen in my intro, you know, he did the exact same thing. And I don't know if there was some kind of record that was still intact or whatever. They were trying to maintain something, but he did it against the Dolphins last year. So it is what it is at this point. You know, I'm not losing any sleep over it. You know, you want to talk to a Denver fan about it? Cool. I'll talk to a Denver fan about it. You want to talk to another Ravens fan about it? Cool. I can talk to somebody about it. But I'm not losing no sleep over it. At the end of the day, you line up to stop them. You had the ball. You elected not to kneel it out. That's on you. You were trying to get points. You didn't get the points, and then it didn't become an issue until the Ravens got the ball back. So whatever, it is what it is. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, so all right, you guys have a good day, and thank you for watching to the end, and we'll see you in the next one.